Sheephead is a native California fish species that is an essential part of the marine ecosystem along the California coast, and the importance of this fish has grown as different environmental conditions have changed California's marine ecosystems. This is the image of sheephead that people most commonly think of when it is being referred to. This fish is known for its striking red, orange, and black stripe coloration with a large fleshy bump for its forehead. The population of sheephead has declined since the 90s due to a boom in the commercial and recreational fishery sector's valuation of this fish. Since the early 2000s, California Department of Fish and Wildlife established fishing regulations to prevent overfishing of this species, and in response, the population has remained stable, although its population is quite depressed from its historic populations. In response to the fishing pressures this species faces, paired with its slow maturation, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources has recognized this species as vulnerable. Sheephead is a sexually dimorphic and hermaphroditic fish. In this case, sexually dimorphic means that the females and males look different from each other, and the males act more aggressively because they become a more territorial fish for reproductive purposes. Sheephead are also a hermaphroditic fish, which in this case of this species, all individuals are born female and based on social cues in their local habitat eventually transition to male. Here's an image of a male, and here's an image of a female sheephead. The sheephead all go through three distinct phases in their life if they reach full maturity. They start at the juvenile phase, then go into the female phase, and then finally transition into the male. Each phase for this species is quite physiologically distinct from the other phases. So you previously saw the male sheephead. This is the female sheephead. And here is the juvenile sheephead. All quite distinct and different from each other, which I think is really cool. The population of sheephead is generally found in areas with vertical relief, like areas with lots of kelp, reef, or rock. The shelter these structures provide is the sheephead's preferred habitat. The majority of the sheephead habitat is located on reefs or kelp beds, both near shore and surrounding the offshore Channel Islands. Additionally, the distribution of sheephead is limited between Central California to Baja California to parts of mainland Mexico, but the sheephead is most abundantly found in the SoCal Bight. Sheephead's physiology is very unique and makes them stand out among other California native fish species. One main unique characteristic of sheephead is that they are hermaphroditic. This is pretty unique. Their coloration also sets them apart, with black and reddish orange striped coloration. And most commonly, they are known for their unpleasant looking face with a large humped forehead and distinct large urchin crushing teeth. The unique physiology of this fish has made it an integral part for maintaining the health of reefs and kelp forests off the California coast. Through having large teeth and a strong jaw, this fish is able to have a diet of hard-shelled organisms such as sea urchins, mollusks, lobsters, and other crustaceans like crabs. The diet consisting of these hard-shelled organisms is helpful in maintaining a balance of these organisms' populations. The prevalence of urchin barrens on California's coast emphasizes the importance of the sheephead's ecological role of maintaining urchin populations. Without their presence, a trophic cascade could unravel. As sunflower sea stars, otters, and other populations of predators of urchins have become rare, the importance of the sheephead's ecological role grows. In this way, sheephead are a keystone species, ecologically acting as an ecosystem engineer as it is one of the only predators able to minimize urchin populations. Sheephead are vulnerable for a multitude of reasons, which justifies the exploration of sustainable management for them. Sheephead have a very slow maturation. It takes them a long time to become males. They also have a large amount of energy required for them to transition from their female body to male phase. Additionally, they have a limited habitat space, which concentrates the population of the species into a relatively relatively small marine regions. This all makes the species particularly vulnerable to human exploitation. The current management in place for sheephead is a minimum size limit of 12 inches for the legal harvest by recreational and commercial fisheries. Management of this species in the coming future is key to maintaining balance in California's reefs and kelp forest habitats. Urchin populations have grown extremely unbalanced in certain regions, creating urchin barrens. Urchins rely on kelp as a food source, so when their populations aren't kept in check, they are able to decimate kelp forests and all edible flora, leaving behind urchin barrens. There have been recommendations for shifts in the future management of sheephead for their beneficial role of maintaining urchin populations. The management recommendation that best supports the benefits sheephead have in their habitat would be a slot limit. Slot limits are where the catch and take of the fish has to be above a minimum size and below a maximum length. This type of management allows the females to become large reproducers, and the older males are kept around to keep large urchin populations in check. It has been found that the large males can have much more of an impact on urchins than the smaller sheephead because they have a larger appetite and are able to eat much more urchins. Because the fish are socially acute hermaphrodites, the removal of large territorial males triggers sex change in the largest females. As a result, the removal of large males has the effect of dramatically reducing the number of eggs produced, and hence the total reproductive output of a population, as well as less impacts on urchin populations. Findings have also suggested that the usual fisheries management techniques that is employed in California for its fish of a minimum size limit doesn't work for a species that changes sex in its lifetime. There is strong evidence for why slot limits are some of the only successful management techniques for properly managing the sheephead fishery outside of MPAs. These have been some of the many reasons why the management of sheephead is important to California's marine coastal ecosystems.